Hello everyone, this is Zooc, and today I'm bringing you a new logo design video. I'm really sorry I haven't been able to put out a video the past few days. It's been a pretty crazy week. Also with my mom turning 60 today, it's her birthday, so I spent a bit of time trying to plan things out for her and make sure she has a really nice birthday, because the past few years haven't really been kind to her. We've gone through a lot of issues as a family, my dad dying in 2006, us having a lot of money problems along the way, and me being away for so long, going off to different places and doing a bit of experimenting and all that. So just wanted to make sure she feels loved, and indeed she does. So yeah, I might be a jerk, but at least I'm nice to the ones who deserve it, because she's been a good mom to me. So I wanted to make sure that she knows that and that I appreciate it. So anyway, moving on to more relevant things. This logo is going to be for a company called Sygmatic, one of my many Polish clients, which I've been getting lately. Thankfully, the posting of my videos on the Polish forum, I don't know what it's called anymore, YZ, something like that, some big Polish website. I've gotten a lot of people approaching me. A lot of Polish clients have been somewhat difficult to work with. I'm not sure if it's because they're Polish or it's just my bad luck, but yeah, I don't want to draw any conclusions in that regard, because it would be just presumptions, and maybe I don't have maybe I don't have enough experience working with that many people to draw conclusions based on where they're from. But my last few clients have been a bit more difficult than usual. Anyway, these guys, however, weren't. I mean, they made up their mind pretty fast, and it was kind of a smooth process. Kept them waiting a little bit because I had a lot of work to catch up on. But in the end, everyone was happy. They chose a logo pretty fast. Basically, the company, as I said, is called Sygmatic. It doesn't really mean anything. I tried to Google it. Usually when it's one of these a bit more weird names, I try to find out if there is a second meaning to them, or if they have an alternate meaning that maybe I could tie into the image of the company. The area that it deals with is IT and technology, programming, that sort of thing. So they're not like funsies company, basically. They're not supposed to be dealing with people necessarily. They're more of a technical company. So that's, yeah, you can't really make like fun little mascots and quirky drawings for companies like this, at least not in my opinion, because it seems like their area is pretty technical and they're pretty serious. So going for something a bit more somber is what I try to go for usually. So yeah, they wanted to play on negative space. Negative space is kind of a fun area to work with, because you can always explore different kinds of possibilities. Negative space is also, I mean, technically you could see it as an overused motif, because a lot of people now try to go for something like that. Sometimes you can make something really smart. A lot of times you can make something that works, but it's not like, wow, that, when people see it, it's not like, wow, the guy actually thought of that. That's brilliant. So it really depends on the name of the company, what they do as a company, and what their image of themselves are. So, but these guys wanted to play on that, so that's fine. I mean, you can definitely make something out of it with just about anything, but it's just more problematic in some cases than in others. So I played on the letter S in this particular example, tried to make something out of that. They didn't like the first two variants. I also tried to explore a different area than what they suggested. Usually, I've noticed in certain examples that people use like the first letters of syllables to form a symbol out of. So, in this case, Sygmatic would be 3 syllables. So I took the SMT, tried to put that in a form of a logo. I thought it worked fine, but they had a company, direct competition actually, in Poland, as far as I can remember, that actually had the name SMT something, SMTIT or whatever. So that didn't quite work out. They failed to mention that, so that was a bit of a waste of time for me. But nonetheless, it's I guess it's not a problem. So after a bit of thinking, I went another way as well. Tried to make a sickle sort of design out of the S, something a bit more technical, something tech-ish. They thought it was a bit too aggressive, so they wanted me to return to the negative space. So I went the simple way. Sometimes the simple way is the best way. Made 2 variants out of an S, trying to play on negative space. The first one is the one they picked eventually after pondering the second one. So the second one they picked first, the one that looks somewhat like a circuitry thing. It has a bit more friendly feeling to it. It's a bit more rounded. It's I like it, but I didn't like it as much as the first one I came up with. the negative space, and also positive space. I also like that one because it fits in both situations. Like you can tell the S is there both in white and in black. And I think that was, of course, a much smarter decision going for that because it works in more than one way. And it's just a proof that, design can be good in that regard. Like you don't have to always pick something that's the most obvious. It doesn't really have a double meaning. It doesn't fall in that category. But when you take an objective and incorporate it in more than one way in a logo, then I can see why a client would appreciate that. So that's going to be the final version they picked. As for the font, I'm kind of going between a few different versions of like semi-techy, semi-rounded fonts, which I think fit these companies a lot. I don't see a reason to go for super fancy custom fonts when going simple and serious and relevant is generally the approach I take. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this logo video. I'm really gonna I know I keep saying this, but I'm really gonna try to make more videos this week because I've just been lazy lately. I made like so few videos the past few weeks that it's just embarrassing. But not to worry, I'm not planning on interrupting or closing the channel or anything like that. It's not gonna die. It's not going anywhere. It's just an annoying fucking time in the year for some reason, and hoping it goes away and I can go back to my normal schedule. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please rate that shit if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys for my next video. Bye-bye.